Hey kiddos. I'm sorry, it's been a little while since I've done a video for you guys, so I thought today I would make a video about a trip that I took a couple weeks ago and kind of tell you a little bit about the area that I'm in right now. So, this is where you guys are. There is Hawaii, where we will see each other in a couple weeks, and I cannot wait. And then way over here, let me get the earth up. So, these two countries in the middle are where I'm at. And now to explain a little bit why these are two countries. A long time ago, before Grandma and Grandpa, before Great-Grandma and Grandpa, long time ago, this country over here, Japan, controlled the country of Korea. All the Korean people had to do what Japan told them to do. And it wasn't very nice. It was a bad time. Then, there was a big war all over the planet. And Japan was on the bad side. And during that war, Japan actually attacked Hawaii. And we will get to see that in a couple weeks. There are still ships there that were blown up with bombs and airplanes from that big war. So after that war, when Japan lost, Korea was freed from the Japanese people, but didn't know who was going to help them after the war. So they decided that the country would be split in half and that the United States would help the people in the South and that Russia would help the people in the North. They were still one country, but different people were helping them. And the people in the South, us, thought different than the people in the North. And the people in the North that were controlled or being helped by the Russians, they were convinced that they should be in power of the entire country. So there was a big, big war where the people of the North came into the South. This would have been right before Grandma and Grandpa were born. So there was a big war, and they fought back and forth and back and forth. And then at one point, everybody decided that maybe they should stop fighting. But they didn't actually put a stop to the war. They just agreed to stop shooting at each other. And when that happened, where the South troops and the North troops were at, when they said stop, that's where the border started. So you can see this yellow line. The reason it's so jagged is because at the end of that war, when people stopped fighting, there were troops on the south facing north, and there were troops on the north facing south. So there were two countries again. But they were two completely separate countries. We helped the south. China and Russia helped the north. But China and Russia have a different way of thinking than we do. And the South became very prosperous. They made a lot of stuff. They were able to build cities. In the North, they don't build as much. They think everybody should share everything. And the person who's in charge of the North isn't very nice. If you say anything bad against him and you live in the North, you might be put into a camp and never be seen again. You can't talk bad about the people that run the country. And since then, the North has not done quite so well. But the South, as you can see in this picture, there's a lot of happy people. Now here's another picture from space. And what you can see in this picture is that in the South, there's all kinds of lights, but not in the North, because they don't have as much power, and they don't have as much lights, and they don't help anyone else. They don't want to go outside their country. Nobody in this country can leave. Like when you guys are traveling to Hawaii, or mommy and daddy have traveled to Europe, we can do that because our country lets us. In the North, they can't. They are not allowed to leave. They don't have much food, and everybody has to join the military to try and fight, because technically the North and the South are still at war. They just haven't fought with each other for a long time. But this border is still real. And that's where I went to visit. So I am down here in Daegu. I took a train up to Seoul. And you can see Seoul is pretty close to the border. And we're going to go look at that border. And what was really weird is you can see this land up here on this side of the river. This is North Korea. This is South Korea. And on this road in the south, there are fences and there are guard posts to protect from the north. Now, you can see the border went north here, and there's land up here. Now, this is the north. Now, everything in this area is controlled by the military to protect from the south or from the north invading again. And there are still soldiers looking at each other across this border. Now, not too long ago, the people of the South decided that they wanted to do something nice for the people of the North, because they wanted things to be okay. And let's take a look at this road, though. See? There's a fence right there. Nobody can, even though there's a road here, nobody can drive on this road. It's there just in case someday they want to be friends again. And on the north side, the same. There's another fence. Nobody can go in this area. So, not too long ago, the South decided that they were going to try and help the people of the North, and they actually built a factory for the people of the North. Let's see if I can find. Where do I need to go? Oh, that's Pamela John. I'm looking for a train. I think, oh, is it right next to that? Okay, that must be the track. Yep, here we go. Okay. So you can see this is a train station. And it's really weird because nobody can get on it and go north. But it's built, as you can see in these pictures, like people can use it. Because the people of the South want to connect with the people of the North. And they built that train station because the people of the South built a factory right here to build stuff. And that train station brought things in and brought things out. People couldn't go, though. Only the people that were working on the train. They were hoping that they could be friends again. Because when that war stopped, there were family members that had like a mom and a dad over here, and the kids were over here, and they haven't been able to see each other ever since. Because they're on the wrong side of the border. There's a lot of families that have been split up. So, this train station was in the hopes of being able to reconnect again. And someday, if it ever opens back up, you could get on this train all the way to the capital of North Korea, which is on this sign, Pyongyang, and you could keep going through China and Russia, all the way over to Europe, if that train ever opens back up. Now, this border is still very dangerous. There's still soldiers on both sides that are ready to fight each other if they need to. look through the pictures. So here is the South Korean flag that's on the south side. And when they built a really big flagpole, the North decided they were going to build a bigger one. And that is the tallest flagpole on the planet, because the North had to do something better. And you can see where the trees end. That is where the South ends. All of the trees in this area on the North long ago were cut down because they needed the trees for firewood, because they don't have the same kind of stuff that we do, and they were hurting to try and help their people.
이게 경상도거든, 왼쪽이. 거기 회색 송전탑이 이렇게 있잖아요. 첫 번째 회색 송전탑이 그래 회색이지. 그 연결한 선이 군사분계선이에요. 왜 저게 회색이냐? 이제 분단이 돼도 저거를 세 개를 다 칠하라 했어. 근데 이제 북한 쪽부터는 색을 못 칠하잖아. 그래서 그냥 깜짝이야 그냥 회색이야. 그래서 회색 송전탑이랑 저수 남쪽을 연결한 거고. 12시에 보이는 낮은 산이 하얀색 건물이 있거든. 저기 산같이 돼 있는데 갈색 뭐 좀 있잖아. 그게 북한 경계투죠. 그리고 저기 뒤에서부터 땅굴 판 거야. 관광버스 있는 데가 땅굴이잖아. 이 뒤에서부터 거의 1635m. 그래서 보면은 저기 북한군이 가끔 보여.
그래? 사람이? 있어 땅에. 진짜 소 있어. 소에 사람 소에 사람 하라고.
이걸 먹어요. 아빠 이걸 먹고 있어.
며칠 전에 뉴스에 나왔거든. 이게 이 장면이 이게 저기 옛날 사진이 아니라.
Now, even though that's all kind of sad, well, let's end on something happy. While I was there, I went and visited a lantern festival for the birthday of Buddha. And anybody, you could donate some money to build a lamp, and then you could put your wish on the lantern. And they were of all different colors. And then right next to that was a temple where people were in there praying, and you can see the Buddha statues. And here is somebody's wish. And this wish, somebody had written on there that their family member would be happy in the afterlife because their mom or dad or somebody had died, and they wanted them to be happy. And that's what this wish was for. You can see this Buddha outside, Tubby Belly Buddha. It was absolutely beautiful. So I will make another video sometime soon and show you guys some of the other stuff that I saw in Seoul. So until then, I love you, and I can't wait to see you in Hawaii.